everyone, and welcome back to the Guitar Bay. I'm Takis.
I'm Danny. What we're drinking today, mate?
Today, Danny, we're drinking whiskey, because it's a W episode. I don't know, is it whiskey? It's this Pennybacker sour bourbon mash, 2 years old, straight whiskey. But I've got a Scot in the bay, so is bourbon whiskey? Or is it sacrilege?
It's a form of whiskey, I guess, but it wouldn't be classed as true whiskey, is it? It's whiskey with an E.
With an EY, which is already sacrilege for you, isn't it?
But hey, we'll drink it. Cheers.
Cheers, everyone. It's sweet. It's very mild.
It's actually really good.
It's. I think it's good for cocktails. It's the kind of whiskey I would use for, your whiskey sour and your mint julep and whatever.
It's got that sort of burn taste at the end that you get in whiskey sours, which I was drinking at the weekend.
Okay, all right. It's by the way, you can probably see that it's painfully hot and muggy today in the Rhineland.
It is. Yeah.
It's not pleasant when
it's going to be a hot summer, I think.
It is, yeah. I mean, it is already. It has been already. Okay, and it's my turn to receive something.
It is.
So it's your turn to give us something, and I know because you mentioned in the last episode that you've got a bunch of guitars.
I do, but it's not a guitar. It's another thing that I accidentally picked up, and it's just happening more often now. Is that people know that I'm a bit of a gear fiend, so I'm always asking people. I lots of contact with different people at work, and I'm always asking if you got anything that you want to get rid of.
Okay.
And one of the guys had said, "Yes, I do," and it's an amplifier.
I'm already excited because I was expecting a guitar, and I'm already caught with my pants down now.
Yeah.
So you've got an amp?
I do. Yes. It's obviously.
Is it hiding there?
It is.
So it's a head. It can't be a combo because I mean there's no space there to hide a combo, a speaker or anything. So you've got a head again.
It's a very well-known amp, sort of in the Katana sort of field, in that sort of sense. I paid 150 euros for it, which is an insanely low price for this amplifier. They're loved and they're very well used in the industry. I want to try out some different things. So
it can't be a Helix or a what's the other one? The fractal thing or the.
Yeah, look away, quick.
Look away.
I'll pop it on you.
I'm looking away. Ha! I know this one. You said. There we go. Everyone,
another headless.
This is it. Another head. Yeah, another decapitation at the bay. I know this as the very highly respected Yamaha practice amp that so many pro musicians have in their dressing room playing before they go on stage. I've seen so many videos. What's the model? Because I have no idea.
THR10.
The THR10.
There's a THR5. There's the THR10, and they've just brought. This is the second generation, I think. So I think to date, there's now been 3. So they now have the wireless one, the big 30-watt thing. But this one is for the money, and it can be battery powered. So for us as if we wanted to try, which we would like to, street busking and stuff.
That's not a kilo.
I mean, it's
not even 1 kilo.
Yeah.
If it is, it's
maybe 1.5, 2.
Really? Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
But yeah, it's got a few channels. It's for acoustic, bass. It's got clean, crunch, lead, Brit, modern. And so far, from what I've been playing with it, I've been going down the Katana route, that one sound, crunch.
Find this one
sweet spot,
dynamic crunch sound. I think the one you're using on the Katana is the Blues Driver simulation, right? Like the Boss BD2 Blues Driver. So this one has, as you said, clean, crunch, lead, Brit high,
and modern, which I imagine is Mesa Boogie territory.
Okay,
Brits
and then bass,
Marshall,
acoustic, or flat, in case you want to plug a pedal in there or something. I wouldn't put pedals in this thing. I think it's. But what's the point? It
sounds so different to the Katana, which recently I've been playing.
It's got a tap tempo as
well. I've been playing this. It's got a built-in tuner as well, and I feel like user-friendly wise, it's much better
than the Katana.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I see so many touring musicians using those, because it's perfect to have that in the dressing room. You can put that in your bag very easily.
Yeah, I take my rucksack here.
Yeah, just put it in your rucksack and. But no battery. No battery. It can't.
It can.
You really?
See, at the bottom, look. Yeah.
Aha!
So it's like
Open.
100 AA batteries. Eight?
8 AA batteries, indeed.
Which is awesome for... And I know in the Bay we're spoiled because we've got the valve amps and we can play loud. So it's interesting for us to go back and see how a digital modeler stacks up.
Yeah, and the 12-inch speaker combo, full valve with a bunch of pedals is not the most mobile and easily, you know, move aroundable setup. And this is a wonderful, I mean, this might be the best-selling practice amp in the past few years.
This and the Katana, yes. And I still, like you just said, I use my Katana to gig. I don't take valve amps.
No, because of the way we gig, because we have this acoustic trio. I think if we had a band, like a proper 4-piece, 5-piece band with drums and bass, I think you would be tempted to upgrade and take the Laney on stage. I mean, I would. I would even take both of them. Yeah, but that's a different episode and a different fantasy. Let's check this baby out because I've heard so much about it and I've seen it on so many videos and I've seen so many, you know, when you browse for items, you see on Thomann, for example, you see this sells extremely well. Yeah. Everybody buys it and everyone has something positive to say about it. 5 user memories, you can have presets as well.
I think they retail at about 250, 300.
250, 300. Yeah. And you got it for 150?
150. It was a case of, he said, okay, how much are they new? And I said, I think they're 300. And he said, okay, half it, it's yours. I said, all right, no worries.
Can't argue with that.
Like a good little hustle.
And the good thing with digital things is that they either work or they don't. You know, there's no valves, there's no something that gradually becomes defective. It's just, if it works, it works. And it's got speakers in there. So
yeah, 2 tweeter sort of speakers. Yeah.
Okay, that's. I would like to see how much bass can come out of that thing. And yeah, let's plug and check. Yeah, and you're in the clean channel, and Danny has the
339.
The 339, some humbuckers, and yeah, give us some love, mate.
Our full humbuckers.
Sounds very pleasant. It's completely dry. There's no reverb, no delay at all. So this is where the gain is. Can you dig in a bit, see if it breaks up at all? Just wanted to check whether the parameters for the modulation is tweakable in any way.
It's just a case of pushing it up.
Yeah,
it goes
for the amount,
limit,
but
yeah.
the time of the tremolo, the speed of the flanger of the chorus, you can't change that with the tap little thingy on the left.
Okay.
Maybe the delay, but I tried to change the tremolo rate. That's it. It's fixed. But it sounds decent.
I mean,
you
actually,
can control the amount.
If I'm looking forward and not looking back at the amp, it's not bad. It's really not. It doesn't sound bad at all.
It becomes bad when you look back.
Well, no, you think, oh no, you could get lost in it. You know, it's not.
It's very convincing.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, the clean. We're still on the clean preset, the clean thing, the clean setting, and it breaks up when you turn up the gain.
Yeah.
So I found a spot now. I think I'm going to keep this EQ.
Okay.
Maybe I'll just have a little spring reverb to make all the sounds a bit more interesting. I'll completely turn off the modulation, so a bit of spring reverb. I'll leave the EQ as it is, mid and treble a bit, I don't know, 2 o'clock, and bass almost noon, maybe a bit less, because it can get flubby. And then I'll leave the gain here, because I think that's where the volume boost stopped, and it just started breaking to go through the other settings, but it sounds really, really pleasant. So yeah, so this is clean. Give us some clean again. Still quite a bit reverb. Maybe less now. This is not bad at all. It's very convincing. It's so nice, and it's so nicely voiced.
Slightly compressed. There's definitely some kind of compression.
As you would expect from a real amp, you know. And it responds to your picking so well, and when it breaks up, it's just sweet. And, oh man, this is so good.
Come on, let's put a Telecaster
let me take you through the bits very quickly. So this was clean. Give us a bit of music. awesome. And indeed, you're right. I would say the modern setting is like a Mesa Boogie, like a modern heavy metal. Same amount of gay as the Brit High, but the Brit High, as you would expect, is mid-focused, like a Marshall, like a full stack kind of thing. And the modern bit is scoopy, so for more metal, modern metal stuff.
But for plug and play, it's so much
oh,
fun.
Man.
Yeah. I wanted to see what the lead was where. Let's see if that is.
Turning the gain up from 12 o'clock all the way up to full, that didn't do anything. It didn't do much.
Really? Just
yeah.
And is that as loud as we can get it?
Yeah.
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 I mean, it's not kicking you in the balls.
I mean, look at it.
Bad.
How could it? This is a practice amp. This is for home. This is for noodling. This is for band practice at home. This is for the dressing room. This is for holidays. I mean, you put that in your backpack. Lead, right? First thing I'm noticing is that it's not as loud as it was with the humbuckers, as you would expect. So lower output. Still, the reverb is difficult to tame. All this time I've been on the neck pickup. Is that lead or crunch?
That's crunch.
That's crunch.
That's for me the sweet spot, I think.
Okay.
Is the crunch. And that sounds like your telly, you know what I mean?
It does.
Like digital stuff sometimes gets lost in that, but that sounds like
I can
your
hear
telly.
my pickups, that's right. I loved the way this breaks up when you had it on the clean setting, at least with the 339.
Shall I give it a go?
Can we do that? Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe that's a bit too much. If you, can you just pull back the gain a bit?
Quick, Brit High and mod.
That's the Brit High.
Yeah.
My EQ here on my preamp is pretty much flat. Maybe pull back the presence a bit because it's kind of ice picky. It's not glorious.
But it's also, if you wanted to busk and you just needed a
bit of guitar, yeah.
A bit, just to bring you up a bit, works.
Just to bring it works. Up, yeah. For that money, this has a number of uses, and it's really cool. It's really, really cool. I don't think it's my favorite thing to play acoustic guitar through. But the electric sounds we got out of it were more than just decent. I'm really happy.
Yeah. I mean, I think we'll skip a jam today. What do you reckon? Since we're, we'd have to go through that amp and stuff. And
yeah, I think if I turn on the hot rod now, this is going to be overwhelmed by the bassiness. It doesn't have obviously two tiny tweeters in there. Yeah, so what, 2-inch, two-inch speakers.
Yeah.
Surprisingly loud and pleasant, but it's not gonna.
No, and
cut the mustard.
And I will get rid of it. I think it's tempting to keep as everything is in the bay except the Harley Benton. Joking. But the Katana is still my gigging amp because I can crank it. It can be loud,
It's got a 12-inch speaker.
Yeah. But maybe in the future, something like this, that can do that gig. It's really great.
I've been meaning to buy a small valve amp. So I can play late at night without waking up the entire postcode. Because with a Hot Rod Deluxe and a Laney LC50, to get them to do their, you can have them at volume that is, not bothering anyone, but you're not getting the amp to do its thing.
No.
For the amp to do its mojo, you have to turn it up.
And the thing is with smaller valve amps, even we saw with the Marshall Origin 5, you still struggle with the 8-inch speaker, That's why, in my opinion,
what is it? The Blues Junior has got a 12-inch speaker or an AC15 or
but
a
that's
Vox
still
AC15.
loud. That's still going to kick your butt.
It is. That's
true.
true.
And these things, in my opinion, I'd rather play through a Katana or a THR, and have a good sound at a low level.
How much do you want for it?
Well, if we follow tradition, be 150.
All right. Let me think about it. And
by
the time I make up my mind, you will know because the episode won't be up until at least 2 weeks from now. So yeah, let's wrap this up. I'm intrigued. I'm really intrigued to buy this thing. The album section with W, me first. Okay, I think if you've been watching the show, you know that I'm crazy about Zappa. You know that too. And there's this "We're Only in It for the Money" album by Zappa, which I love. But I think I'm gonna go heavy metal this time. I'm gonna go back to my late teens. There's an album by a Swedish band, one of the best bands of the new wave of Swedish death metal movement, this melodic death metal genre, In Flames, and the band is called Horacle. The word is a combination between the word whore and oracle.
So it's
Horacle,
with W,
with a W. And it's, I think, their finest moment. It's their third album. The production is not just as crisp as some of the later albums. It came out in '96, I believe. '99, I found out about In Flames with the album Clayman because I saw them live and I was like, whoa, they're great. What have they got now? Clayman, I bought the album, really good. And then I checked their existing discography up until that point. And their third album, Horacle, with Jotun, with Dialogue with the Stars, an amazing instrumental song. It's like heavily influenced by Iron Maiden, these simple melodies, wonderfully orchestrated to guitar work, and a death metal vocalist that doesn't go too crazy and has a... it's one of those death metal voices where you can tell what he's singing. You can make out lyrics, just like with Mikael Åkerfeldt of Opeth. That's how Anders Frieden of In Flames sings. Wonderful band. They're still going. I haven't been following their latest releases, but Horacle, wonderful artwork as well. Like Jotun, Gyroscope, Food for the Gods, amazing songs, and a crazy cover of Everything Counts by Depeche Mode. So when you have a death metal band in their third album covering Depeche Mode, you know you're dealing with open-minded musicians, because the metal scene would hear Depeche Mode and just go crazy immediately. Boo, sellouts. In Flames, Horacle. Check out the album if you like heavy music, even remotely. So there.
Bravo. Mine is I don't really know of them. I just know of In Flames. I've heard of them.
Okay.
My album is Weathered by Creed.
Okay.
Which is one of like the albums that you would say that you've listened back to back, from start to finish many times, and it was one of the first albums I bought. It got me into Creed, and how many Alter Bridge albums have I said since then?
A couple, yeah.
And that's what got me into Creed and into Alter Bridge and into Miles Kennedy and gone down that route. And for me, Weathered is just the absolute glory days of Creed, and it was just unbelievable. I think Scott Stapp as a singer, he's a bit cheesy, but that's got My Sacrifice, that's got One Last Breath, that's got Hide, that's got...
I know a song that begins with a W by Creed, but I have no idea which album it is. What's This Life For?
Yeah, that's not that album.
Okay.
No. I think
maybe later a bit.
They actually had a couple of albums before Weathered, but I think Weathered was the one that got big.
Okay.
That really got them huge.
What's the lineup of the band? Is it like 2 guitars?
No, so Scott sings, there's Mark, and I think even Mark in the album played bass.
Okay.
So I think they hired a bassist who became part of the band, and a drummer as well. But yeah, unreal, like really deep, like some amazing acoustic work as well. Lullaby is just a beautiful song, just pure amazing band, and just so heavy. That was actually the time Mark Tremonti, he didn't solo at all. There's no solos on that album, guitar solos. And then I think, after when he joined Alter Bridge or formed Alter Bridge, that was when he started pulling out the licks, Okay. He's a guitar teacher as well. And he didn't solo at all. He's more
band work without really...
About the song, about the music. Yeah. And Mark is like, his sound is, he's played a lot of crazy tunings in the album, lots of drop D, fully in D, and just unreal, and it's a great album.
That sounds good. Yeah. I think we owe to each other to go back, check the episodes and check the favorite albums that we've mentioned and make sure that we have a listen, because I haven't listened to the Alter Bridge sounds. I haven't listened to the what was the metal record that you
Trivium.
Yeah. I haven't listened to that record either, and I like a lot of metal music. My late teens, early 20s was mostly metal, and I was researching metal, So I have good appreciation for metal music.
I think I'm really interested in like Porcupine Tree, Steve Wilson, that stuff we should go see them, man.
I was thinking, they're playing in Oberhausen in a few months. I was thinking about it the other day that I haven't mentioned a single Porcupine Tree album as my favorite, in the album section. And this, this should complete my character, because I'm crazy about Porcupine Tree and Steven Wilson as a musician, guitar player, singer, even
as a guy,
producer, as a figure in the music industry. Yeah, absolutely. Steven Wilson is nothing but inspiration, and he has settled on a Tele.
Yeah. After
years and years and years of PRS, for the latest Porcupine Tree album, he was like, "I've got this custom shop Tele," and it's the first time he said, what, people have this question. Your desert island guitar, or if the house was on fire, what guitar would you save? And he would always reply, none of them. None of them is dear to me. They're just a tool for my thing. But this one, this Tele now, this is my dear guitar. And this was one of the most wholesome and satisfying feelings to see Steven settle on a Tele.
And when he said you want to hear the wires, he wanted
to hear the wires.
Hear
you don't need much gain for a Telecaster.
He's right though.
Absolutely.
He's right. Some of the heaviest sounds we've had have been from
Absolutely.
Tele.
There's nothing like the bridge of a Tele. Dan from the Pedal Show knows exactly what I'm talking about, and we are
friggin' sexy.
Soulmates in that sense.
Black Relic.
A Black Relic custom shop Telecaster. I want one of those. Cheers, everyone.
Thanks
Whiskey. Take care. Approaching the end.
Subscribe.
Subscribe, and yeah, we'll have some tricks up our sleeve, some aces up our something, to improve everything. And yeah, take care. See you next time.
Ciao.